Yeah, for me, this has been here since '03, so it feels pretty normal. This feels really like my home. It doesn't really sound that great to say that to the Aussie fans, but that's been here for, when you're 15 and onwards in your life, that's, your more mature years, and it's where you develop yourself and become your person you're going to be. And I've been overseas pretty much since that point in my life, so I feel pretty comfortable over here in the U.S. Still miss Oz, but it took a little while to get used to and feel comfortable here, just because it wasn't a huge change. The language barrier, obviously, English speaking country, so that was easy to move in and get settled in. But to feel comfortable and to feel at home took me a few years, even though it didn't feel like that at the time. Now, where I'm at in this stage in my life, when I look back, I realize, there was some things that weren't in place that I kind of needed to have in place if I was going to be a little more successful earlier in my career. So, but right now, it feels like home to me and pretty comfortable, and I have a lot of great friends, and that's pretty cool. No, for me, during the week, obviously, you go to work before play, and we train or do motos, so it's in the gym or riding, supercross, and biking or running. But other than that, I like to just really try and relax a little bit. I love playing my drums, my guitar. I love music, so that's probably my first big hobbies, musical instruments. Following basketball, I watch a lot of games on TV. It's big passion of mine since I was a kid. So other than that, watch movies, hang out with Sheena, my wife, at home, 2 dogs. Man, just pretty relaxed. I really keep things pretty private. I got close friends, and that's really it for me. I keep pretty tight circle and pretty private, away from motocross. I don't associate with a whole lot of people. So racing's, I love it, and it's my job, but I try and keep another side of life to balance everything out. I first moved to California when I first came out. That was really when I came over in '03. Everyone really lived in California. Everyone came, and that was the spot to move to, really. Obviously, there's some guys out in Florida and wherever you grow up in, for the American riders, that's where they're from. But if you were coming to the States, you kind of moved to Cali, and it's still probably the #1 spot where everyone moves to generally. But for me, it was just where I first came. I rode for KTM, and they were based out of California, and it was just easier for me to get set up here. And even now, it's still a little easier for me to be set up here because my team's here. So I have, the mechanics on hand to work on my bikes. We can test whenever I need to. And California has a lot of tracks to ride, so you don't have to. It's a big expense to move out to Florida and completely start from scratch, where you don't have to buy your property and everything like that. So, I'm pretty well based and set up here, and this is home for me. For the national supercross, I just fly back in and out for racing, but then the outdoors, I get in the motorhome, and I've had the bus since '05. Really, '06 is the first full year. I had it since '05 though. And I just love getting out and traveling, and the biggest thing for the nationals, it really kind of hurts you a little bit living back in California, because majority of the nationals are out in the east, and so flying all the way out there, all the way back, sometimes back-to-back weekends, that's 2 days a week out of traveling that you're completely just in airplanes and airports. It's not much fun, and it's not super healthy, when you're training and pushing yourself. So I like to just, I got the motorhome and I started traveling and I just found that I completely love doing it. I love traveling, getting to see the country, meet a lot of people. I have a lot of great friends that I stop along the way and ride with them. So I just enjoy it. It kind of just brings you back to the roots of the sport. It kind of gives you a feeling of traveling with your family when you're a kid and going away racing. It's a lot bigger project with the bus and towing a van and doing it professionally now, but it still gives you that feeling of, man, you're going racing, and you get just good sense of it. You know, I really enjoy it, and you get to stay on the East Coast time zone. Just a few things that help me out. So, all in all, it's just a good, fun time going away, and it breaks everything up from the grind of doing it. So I enjoy it.